Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, BJ Mambo. Chucky Season 2. It started. Our boy Charlie, he's back. Ready to shit up. And so am I. Chucky Season 1 I was a fan of. I'm a fan of the series. I don't think there necessarily is a bad movie in the bunch, including Seed of Chucky. What I remember, it's been a while, but it made me laugh. And Season 1, for the most part, like out of every 8 episodes, I think like 5, 6 or so of them were like pretty damn solid, and that's not bad. I didn't have many expectations going into this show. A lot of the shows and movies I really don't anymore. You know, I got a lot of these new horror stuff coming out, and I never really have much expectations because I just want to go in and just be hopeful and say, okay, I'm excited as a fan, and I hope they do a good job, but if it's not that great, it's okay. But now we're at episode 1 of season 2, which I watched last night, and did I like it? Yeah, I think I did. So now I do want to warn, this is a spoiler review of episode 1, season 2, so let's just spoil that song a bit. So the show pretty much opens up, bam, right where it ended off. Andy Barkley driving the truck. All the Chuckies inside. Tiffany has him at gunpoint, the doll Tiffany, and quite the cliffhanger. And the show starts off, boom, you could cut it to that and it would flow, right, boom. We see the Chuckies talking in the back of the truck, which is the clips that's been online for a few weeks now, so I think we were all ready for that clip. And that was the very first scene, basically, of this show, you know, with the bald Chucky, which was funny. You know, we never saw a bald Chucky. One thing that was cool about it was how they didn't remember, I guess since Tiffany killed, like she cut off the head of the main Chucky, I guess, these new Chuckies didn't remember what she did, so I guess their memory of that is now gone, and they didn't recognize Andy at first, which I thought was cool. I remember he was looking at, and it was a great shot of him looking in the mirror, all jacked up and stuff, from the explosion that he survived from season 1, and they didn't know who he was. I was like, ooh, okay, like that was a nice little kind of twist. I was like, okay, I like that. He hustle, you know, whatever, bam, fucks with the van. Tiffany drops a gun. He shoots Tiffany, killing her, the doll, which was unexpected. So that was already like a couple whammies. So I started off with a couple good whammies, man. I didn't expect, you know, a few, and I didn't think it was going to open up with that scene. But so far I was like, okay. The dolls looked pretty good. I feel like, did they maybe look kind of weird? They look kind of different, and maybe even different from season 1, like mechanically. Like I don't know. But did you guys? How do you guys think the dolls look? But anyway, so Andy starts tricking them. They start climbing outside the truck, which we saw in the trailer. I don't know why more weren't trying to come through the window that Tiffany was at inside the truck. Maybe they were. And I'm watching this, and I remember, you know, thinking like, don't do it, don't kill Andy, like don't just kill him. And then it shows him, this is for Kyle. Takes the truck off. You know, and I was like, I'm talking to Buddy while watching this. I was like, they fucking did it, man. They did it. I was like, God damn it. I was like, all right, well, you know, if that was an epic, I mean, it would be a pretty epic opening, you know, to kill off a main character like that. But as a fan, I was pissed. I was like, no, are you kidding me? A little bit later, you find out that the body was never found. I was like, okay, fuck, man, he's totally alive, man. And he should be, because he shouldn't, I don't know, keep those characters around. You know, why not? So yeah, so overall, the opening was pretty solid. It ended with showing the cross, like kind of what you saw. I think the first shot of season 1 was that cross up on that big hillside, you know, overlooking the town. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, okay, they're going right. I was like, okay, so yeah, so it was off to a good start. Cut to the introduction of the 3 main characters, Jake, Devin, and a little bit Lexi, maybe a little bit after. But it starts off with Jake and Devin. They have a little romantic scene, a goodbye scene. They're both the different foster parents. This was the moment that I was like, uh-oh. You know, like not, I hate to say the word cringe, but I was like, I don't know, there was like, nothing to do with them, but like, you know, there was a kind of like a corny song in the background. The writing was kind of cheeseball. Like it just seemed kind of weird. Like it seemed kind of off. Like again, it's awesome that, you know, and the foster parents don't approve. You know, they seeing them kiss and stuff, and that's all good. But it's just the way it was set. I don't know, the way it was just kind of corny. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, no. Like I thought, like I was nervous for the rest of this episode. And then you go to Lexi. She's snorting. She's hooking up. She's going wild. It's around Halloween time again, which was cool. You know, you had some that creepy clown, Chucky looking from behind clown kid who was like real creepy, which is maybe that kid was part of all this Chucky shit, or it was just like a creepy little thing. So you got a Lexi introduction. The kids talk. They kept getting the calls, which sounded like Chucky. Had a very Scream vibe. But even showing the kid, the little boy from behind walking trick-or-treating, and the music was totally a Halloween-esque, you know, John Carpenter type of sounding music, totally, which I was like, okay. Then the phone calls, I'm like, oh, they're doing like a Scream thing. And I'm like, okay, like I was kind of digging that, man. I was digging what they were doing. And you see Lexi and her mom and her sister Caroline, I think this sister's name is, and they're at they're talking to someone at a psychiatrist's office, talking to a doctor, you know, like saying, oh, convincing her like, no, it was Junior did the killing, it wasn't the doll, like, and even the mom said it's like, just say it's like, just we got to get this going. The mom's totally still being an asshole. She should totally get off, but maybe she'll survive the season 2. It was very cult of Chucky scene type of thing. You know, the doctor says, I have something for you, and she pulls out a doll, kind of to help the post-traumatic, you know, help her out a little bit. And I was like, oh, she's going to pull out a Chucky doll. But a nice little twist, surprise, she pulls out the bride doll before Tiffany made herself look like Tiffany. Like, there was that bride doll, same exact one. I said, ooh, is it okay? Like, I thought it was going to be a good guy's doll. And I was like, ooh. So fucking, it got me again. The show did the little twist. It got me again. I think I'm kind of talking this episode out of order a little bit, but the whole FaceTiming, 3-way, you know, with the Caroline and Chucky's holding the phone and sneaks into Lexi's room. You see him behind the thing filming. I'm like, oh, that was great. I thought he was going to poke the knife up through the bed and get one of them. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it didn't. And that was a good scene. I remember saying, like, okay, this just made up for kind of that kind of cornball opening. This kind of, it's making up for it, and it's picking up in a good way. You know, Lexi has some good scenes with her sister. She smashes the doll to make sure it isn't possessed by Tiffany, which we're still not sure. I don't think that was ever, I think it's still kind of up in the air. I bet you maybe she'll possess it, maybe. Or, I don't know. But again, this show really starts, they do a good job with Don Mancini. A lot of things I just didn't expect. So now we're at the next night. The 3 kids, Lexi, Devin, Jake, are together, sneaking through windows, which is, you know, made me think of Scream also. Some Billy Loomis stuff going on. They get together, they talk about, because they know something's going on. They think, shit, man, Chucky's back. The son of a bitch is back. They know he's back. They got to figure it out. And then it's daytime. Here comes Jake's foster brother, who's another foster kid of his parents, who was, and we'll get to him in a second, was he annoying? Was his scenes obnoxious too? Because I was thinking, like, God damn, this kid, like, shut up, man, like. And I think it kind of helps the process for the scene to come. But this boy shows up. I can't think of his name. Let's call him Georgie. He shows up with Chucky holding another bomb. A lot of bombs. You know, a lot more bombs. You know, I think the closest thing to a bomb we got was, unless there's something in Seed of Chucky I'm not remembering, the grenade going off in Child's Play 3 so I don't know, but I feel like there's been a lot of bombs going on. But anyway, Chucky shows up with this boy, this other foster brother, with this bomb, and this kid thinks he's just playing along. He's still doing the Batman stuff, and even Chucky makes a comment like, it's getting annoying, kid. And I'm like, it totally was, man, it was. Some funny kind of like, Chucky had that Uber jokes about Ubering, which was funny. Like, these scenes were all pretty good. Like, Lexi's upstairs, she's snorting some stuff, and the boys are downstairs. And I guess Chucky's plan is to blow them all up together, just to take them all out at the same time, which is cool. Because now we don't know how many Chuckies there are, because the army of Chuckies, that went away, like, instantly. So Lexi finally comes down. She sees him. She's all fucked up. Devin tases Chucky. Ah! He falls down. stupid ass kid picks up the bomb and goes running and playing. I'm like, God damn you, kid. And at this point, it's like, all right, the kid does have it coming, man. I mean, I feel bad because, of course, Chucky jumps on him, bam, blows him up. You get that green gas smoke coming out of the, from the bird's eye view of the house that we saw in the trailer, which was fucked up. But again, the fact though that, at least my opinion, because it's sad. Look, obviously, if that really happened, it's fucking terrible. I mean, but for this TV show is concerned, the kid was just so obnoxious. It was just like, if you're gonna kill off one of the kids, but it was definitely cool, and I guess that was the only death maybe of that episode. So if that was the first death besides Andy, which we now know that he's definitely alive, like he's coming back. So the kid's blown up, and now they're back at that psychiatrist place. Doctor, I can't think of that character's name. There's some sort of detective there, and they're trying to figure out what should these kids do, because they thought that these kids, Jake, Devin, made this bomb, and it was just a tragic accident. This kid blew, That was their thought, which was weird though when Chucky's like, it kills anything in a 6-foot radius. I guess he would have convinced Lexi to come down and sit down with them, because 6 feet. I mean, if you're, so the three of them get sent off to this. I don't know what these places are called. It's like a religious juvie type of place, but it kind of was another twist, because from the trailers and the teasers, I think we all expected, the things that happened in season 1 was why these three went to this place, because of that. But no, in fact, they go because they thought that they accidentally killed his foster brother, which was like, oh, so that was another thing that I didn't, that was a kind of another twist. And then they had another twist, that little kind of slapper at the end of, Devin was like, you guys know what this place is? This is where Charles Lee Ray went. And it was the school or the whatever that Charles Lee Ray went to as a kid. And then a package gets delivered at the end, and it's like, okay, it's probably a Chucky doll. Maybe it's not, because at this point, I don't know, man. Like, it's already giving you, it's already like, I don't know. You're feeling the vibes of the twists and turns that this season's gonna take, just like season 1 took. Because I thought they did take some turns that were way out of left field, and I think this season 2 was gonna do that too. Maybe even more extreme. So that wraps up episode 1. It was a good episode. Again, I was a little worried at first. It seemed to pick up. By the time it ended, I was like, okay, yeah, that was a good one, man. And maybe it was even better than season 1, episode 1. I feel like it may have been. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, subscribe. It always helps the channel. It really does. And I got a bunch of other Chucky content, which I'll put right around here. Click one of these bad boys. And check them out. Some silly stuff, some fun stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll do season 2, episode 2 next week. Hopefully we'll be reviewing Child's Play 1 soon, because that's on the list. But thanks again for watching if you guys made it, and take it easy.